I feel like we could have a whole separate episode on on
Yeah,
attribution there, but
yeah,
the space is so complex that it's never been harder for agencies and marketing teams today to measure the impact of marketing. You're building a tool around this space here, and I wanted to ask you about this idea of like shifting versus removing complexity as you're building product. You've actually admitted that earlier in your career, you built features that you thought were really powerful on paper. People loved it. But then when it was rolled out to end users, it wasn't used to the level you thought. And the feedback you got was because they added more complexity instead of actually removing that complexity. How do you think about that now when you're shipping new products in this analytics space or even internal tools for Power Digital?
yeah. I think you see it not just in the marketing space, but for product in general over the past few years with just the AI boom and different capabilities coming about. Honestly, I think it dates back further than that, but especially in the past year or so, you saw a lot of people come out with here's this big shiny new toy that is a new capability that you've never had before. A lot of those a lot of those will land and people will take those and they'll use them and now they do have a good like a new capability. But I think mistakes that people make are thinking that just because it's a new idea, that people are going to gravitate towards it and that they're going to use it.
Mm,
Let's all be honest here. Most people have their full time job and they've established a process for that job and they've established their schedule and their routine. Adding a new thing into it is maybe the most difficult thing that you can do as a product person. And I'm not discounting where people are successful with that. For sure, it happens all the time. But at least for us in our product strategy, I mean, how we used to do things was let's sit down and think up the next idea. Let's come up with something that does not exist. And a lot of the time that leads to very large products. It obviously creates gaps in terms of what people are doing now versus what they would need to do with this new tool. And so we failed a few times for sure in terms of giving something to users that's new and saying, this is the next best, greatest thing that you could use. And then they look at it and it's got like 15 inputs that they need to fill out and they don't understand the data and they don't understand the model behind it and they don't know where it's coming from. And so within a few seconds, they're like, I'm not going to spend my time on it. So I think that's where the problem comes from or the mistake that you can make, but where we've shifted to as far as our product strategy and how we ship products, it's important for us to be iterating. Like I think we've done the work as far as building the structure and the backbone of what we need. But now it's literally just about working with the actual employees within the agency to understand their day to day and then iterating on the product in a way that anything that we ship out there isn't large in scale so people can understand it, but also that it's backed by the user who informed it and that we're actually saving them time. So to sum that up, it's instead of thinking big and shipping big, it's not necessarily thinking small, but shipping small. Like we want to put things out there that are smaller, easier to understand, and over time influence process with those small changes.
love it. It's like grounding product decisions based on user empathy and understanding that day to day. It's almost like building, instead of building products in search of a solution because you think they're really cool, building products for existing problems and understanding those problems deeply by chatting with actual people and understanding their day to day, right?
Right, exactly. And we don't want to, I mean, I think you saw that in 2024, new capability came about, right? Everybody could start to plug in these different models to their products. And you saw a lot of products that were basically ChatGPT with a different skin over the top of it, right? And that's where I think people have failed a little bit is they think big and they say, here's this, everybody's obsessed with AI. Here's this new product that's this new branch of AI and it does this one thing. The most successful has been, the underlying chat GPTs, the Geminis, because they're just improving in adding little iterations that allow people to do different things within their product versus saying, I'm this big new thing over here that you can add to your process, you know?